I'm all right. Hell no. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
Steer from the 3. Streaks across the 30. He might be gone.
It's up. Gaston to the right. Oh,
They got blockers. They got blockers. They've got a lane.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Darrell Langham with the grab.
Stars intercepted. Look out. Trajan Bandy, the true freshman. We got the truth again.
Because when the U is on and the U brings it, there's nothing like it. We got to get this. And it's going to take everybody.
What's up, Canes fans? Welcome to the Miami Knights podcast, coming off of the first game of the season. Your Miami Hurricanes defeating number 6 Notre Dame Fighting Irish in a wet, just absolute slop fest in the first half, coming out on top 27-24. Your Miami Hurricanes. Gentlemen, we were at this game. We might sound a little hoarse right now. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. I don't know if it was that sloppy. I mean, it was raining, but it wasn't.
There were some fumbles,
Yeah,
missed snap.
that's true.
There
That's true.
was a little slop.
Whew. I'm feeling I really could not be happier. Voice came back too. Voice was gone last night, but I'm back. I think I sound decent.
There was nothing this morning from me. I'm thankful to at least have something. No voice cracks yet.
Yeah.
I thought I was finished. I got about I got home at 1 a.m. and I was starving, so I got some food.
What'd you grab?
I was up at
What'd you grab? What are we grabbing at 1 a.m.? Taco Bell?
I grabbed Wendy's. Wendy's was all that was close to my house that was
Fantastic.
open.
Okay.
So
A little Dave's
I
double action.
threw a Baconator down my throat
Nice.
before I crawled into bed.
That'll get the heart
And
going.
that hurts
Oh.
after a loss, but a Baconator right after a win before bed, that's gold.
I mean, 5:45 alarm. I had to work today.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
price of being a golf professional and a holiday weekend. So
All right.
I thought between my voice, I could barely talk last night. I felt like the car ride home, the 3 of us, I guess the 5 of us, it was like, it was very hoarse between the AC blasting and the communication and the traffic. It was, but I'm obviously, wow, what a start to the season.
What a great day it was. Canes fans showed out. We're going to get into the actual game, but it was just an incredible atmosphere. We were a little bit worried about the rain. Is it going to make fans, go under for a little bit and maybe quiet the stadium a little bit? That place was packed and it was popping. Just incredible to see. Joe, you got any thoughts before we get into this?
No, other than before we get going, beer of the week, Tropic Like It's Hot, Bronx Brewery. It felt like the tropics down there in South Florida last night. It was humid, it was hot, it was rainy, and our team was ready for it. I mean, we were well-conditioned, energy till the final whistle. Lovely to see. So, Cheers, boys. Happy Labor Day.
Cheers.
And, Kurt, your Labor Day's technically tomorrow, right? You have off tomorrow?
Yeah.
Good.
I'll rest
Okay.
up tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Emphasis on the hot. That new Ed Reed jersey I got is ripe. It is. It's
Jimmy
Yeah,
smelled
you did
horrible,
not-
guys.
You
smelled
did
horrible.
not smell good.
I mean,
what?
Yeah.
You get a whiff of me at the game? You didn't say anything?
you reeked in the car.
Yeah.
I got a whiff of you in that hotel room. It was
It was bad.
Pretty good. Yeah,
It was.
hey,
There's
you left it all out on the field.
zero ventilation in that jersey. I've truly never had that experience where I was like, I'm self-conscious. I understand that I smell right now. So, but it all came at the end of the game. I actually don't know if it was the tropics or if it was just
Once the
scenario
rain
we were
stopped.
in.
Once the rain stopped and then it got a little stressful, that's when
Yeah.
everyone was just pouring sweat.
Yeah, little worried to wear that jersey again, but for $160,
It's a
I
sweet
better
jersey.
be wearing that thing again.
That's a great jersey.
All right. Joe, we're going to get into a little bit of a recap here. You're going to lead us. We got the Hurricane Aftermath Report.
Yes,
New little
sir. I got
segment
it this
we're gonna
week.
get into. Let's hit it.
Alrighty. Is the U back? Time will tell, but the U is certainly back as Carson Beck and the Miami Hurricanes went to battle with the Golden Domers of South Bend. The Rock was rocking as the rain was falling, and it was so loud that even South Beach could hear the roars. Jimmy Johnson started us off by staring into our souls on the big screen as he cranked the iconic and fabled Hurricane siren. Finally, it was time for toe to meet leather and the 2025 campaign was underway. Who is this defense? Cam Ward is watching from Tennessee, asking the same question as the Miami Hurricanes defense dominated from the start. After a couple of punts and just-in-time Scott forcing a Notre Dame fumble, it was time for the Canes to put some points on the board and see what this new kicker was made of. But the snap was no good, and the groans began at Hard Rock as fans were worried we had a Bubba Baxter situation on our hands. But the defense came through again. But the D came through again, that's what she said, and finally it was time for our offense to go on the offensive. 7 plays, 80 yards, capped off by a dime from Beck to Baby Jesus. Welcome to the world. Malachi Toney, the savior of the wide receiver room, and the Canes go up 7. They don't call them the Fighting Irish for nothing, as Notre Dame would punch back and tie the game at 7. But don't give this offense 5 minutes and a couple timeouts as Beck marched us down the field and then connected with Odell Beckham Jr., C.J. Daniels, for a catch that will be talked about for a very long time. Hang it in the Louvre, Canes go up 14-7. After we watched Sebastian get inducted into the Hall of Fame, it was time for the second half, and Miami put together a drive that took longer than it takes to park at Hard Rock. 12 plays and 7 minutes and 37 seconds later, and Charizard Charmar Brown punches it in for 6. 21-7 Canes. But Notre Dame was taught to hit your bullies back, and they would answer 21-14, but put your 4s up, Canes fans, and buckle up, as Canes bring out the turnover chain, and Hurricane Bane gets a timely interception. It's time to see if we have a kicker. Mr. Carter Davis, the infamous kicker from FAU, with a 4 out of 11 career average, is money from 38 yards, and Canes extend their lead 24-14. But the Leprechauns had tricks up their sleeves, and apparently they aren't just for kids, as Notre Dame claws their way back with a field goal. Stop, touchdown special, and we are tied at the Rock. 24-24 as Canes get the ball back with 3:21 to play. Is this the Hurricanes or the Revolutionary Army, the way they marched down the field? And then it was ice-cold Irish killer Carter Davis with the 47-yard field goal to give the Canes a late lead that they would hold on to thanks to the Mesidor-Bane dynamic duo. 2 sacks, and that's all she wrote as the Miami Hurricanes defeat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 27-24 to start the season 1-0 and put the entire college football world on notice. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. Joe, I might need you to do that every week. I'm not
Come on, baby.
I'm not sure any of us can top that, but I just
feel
want
like I'm going to pass out. I didn't take a breath there.
It's beautiful. Did you make that all on the plane?
Made that all on the plane, folks.
Love
That
it.
is not powered by AI. That is
Well,
all up in the green and orange dome, not the golden dome.
You want to know the hell of it? I thought I was taking that segment today, and I put it in ChatGPT to try and give me an
make me
intro
sick.
like that. And you know what it told me? It was like giving me Tyler Van Dyke stats, like he played last night. It was like pretending that TVD was our quarterback, and it was saying that Henry Parrish had like 4 touchdowns. It literally made up a game. So that was beautiful, Joe. I want to emphasize ice in his veins. Carter Davis.
Come on.
I mean, we were terrified of this guy coming out because we thought, what was the other guy's name? What was the other kicker?
Auburn.
Bert Auburn. We thought he's going to be our kicker. Number 38 starts marching out there because I guess we thought we were going to have 2 kickers, and it turned out to be 1, 4 for 11. Call it 6 for 11 now in his career. 2 crucial
6 for
field goals.
13.
Correct, 6 for 13, and I might have been 7 for 14 if we didn't have that fumbled snap. So, Carter Davis, you get my game ball. We're not even doing game balls, but I'm just so proud of that guy.
He was great. You know what? This was. It feels like a culture. Obviously, we'll see how the season plays out and if we'll carry this momentum, but this to me feels like the culmination of Mario Cristobal's first 3 years, the struggles, the lows, which have been unbelievable at times, and to see it all come together. And I mean, this is his first top 10 win, only his second win against a top 25 team,
Yeah.
which blew my mind. I guess that Clemson team just, that was, they just weren't as strong as we were used to. And I mean, it was just unbelievable. I felt like we leaned into the the aura of the game and how massive it was. We didn't shy away from it. I mean, everyone, you talk about Jimmy Johnson, Andre Johnson, Ray Lewis, Dana White was there, Ron DeSantis, Jim
Ja'Cory
Kelly,
Harris.
Corey Harris,
Coach
who
O.
we saw, Coach O.
Coach O, I shook hands with in security. He's just waiting
mean-
out there like a normal fan. I was like, Coach O. Go
Edrin
Canes.
James and Devin Hester. I mean,
Michael
this
Irvin,
was
Jeff
Michael
Bezos,
Irvin, yeah, Stephen A. Smith. I mean,
Big Kane.
this was Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, and then the recruits that were there.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like Mario did not shy away from the how massive this game was, and the team didn't shy away either. Once the lights came on, I mean, this was it's unbelievable sometimes to think about. We had lost 8 straight games against the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
And you think back to the Middle Tennessee states and squeaking by Appalachian State and just all of what it's taken to get here. And I just so impressed to lean into how big this game was and to play the way we did. I don't think anyone could realistically have thought that that Miami was not the better team in that game. So
Yeah.
what a performance. So happy for Coach Cristobal. And that's why, love the emotion. I just love it. But it was awesome.
Yeah, I think too, it's like going off what you said, we've been seeing it build over the last few years, and we've been hearing it preached of Mario Cristobal trying to build this thing the right way, starting in the trenches. And this game to me, like we've been seeing that slowly happen. This game to me was the culmination of that. It's like that was a very good Notre Dame team that we went head to head with and dominated them in the trenches. And we just saw, like, I know we have a lot of season left to play, but what we saw last night is what he's been building the last 4 years. Like, that's what it's been leading up to have a team that can line up with the best of the best and bully them. And that's what we saw. It was beautiful. It wasn't anything like, there was nothing flashy, nothing special about it. It was just domination. It was just good, clean football. Yeah, there was mistakes made, week 1 mistakes. We'll get into that. But all in all, like, this is what we have been hearing that Mario Cristobal says is coming, and we're here.
Yeah.
I think that
truly
Joe,
looked like we belonged.
one of you guys said to me after the game that felt better than 2017.
Yeah, I
And
said
it's
Jimmy
because
told
of-
me that, and then I told you pretending it was my idea.
Darn
so
it.
Yeah, I
was
took it as
telephone.
my
It was a little
thought. Yes.
telephone.
Yeah.
But that's to your point. It's because of the way we did it. No one. You look at 2017. It's like that game really got away from Notre Dame, just like the Virginia Tech game, and that's at the end of that season, us crashing and burning. It was everyone going, "Oh, we knew it was going to happen," and it was totally different. It felt we looked like a professional team converting on third down, taking what was in front of us, dominating the line of scrimmage, making tackles, limiting big plays. There's the obvious one that was bad, the broken play, the total blown coverage. Again, we'll get into it. But aside from that, Notre Dame couldn't stretch the ball. They couldn't push it down the field. When's the last time a star player came into Hard Rock Stadium? We knew that he was a star player and we stopped him. I mean,
Right.
Jeremiah Love is one of the best players in the country. He's the best running back in the country. And I mean, just how impressive, and it was just so buttoned up. And again, it's not a top 25 or a top 10, top 6 win where you're like, Notre Dame's going to finish, 8-4 at best. Miami just took advantage of the preseason polls. That's a Notre Dame team that very likely is going to win out and be in the college football playoff and be one of the best teams in the country. And that to me is just, it was such a professional win. It wasn't all the smoke and mirrors, fancy lipstick on a pig, one-off performance that we've seen from Miami.
Right. I feel like going into this season, I think I know the team we have. Doesn't feel like a question mark. It doesn't necessarily feel like we held anything back either, maybe on the offensive playing, but yeah, it's just a beautiful way to start the 2025 season. So we're going to get into some awards, all right? We're going to have the Storm Awards. Joe, I'm going to have you clarify it a little bit for me. Joe's kind of the mastermind behind this nomenclature. But we're starting off with
Kurt.
This
is Kurt.
Yeah. Well, we're going to start off with basically the Hurricane of the week, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
gonna
we
be
got
who do we think was the top performer, the X factor. I think I already gave mine away in Carter Davis, our beautiful kicker. Just absolute ice in his veins. So
well, hang on. Before you keep going, yes, you have it right. But here's the deal. So, Jimmy, you'll have it first. You go first, then Kurt, then me. We can't repeat. So whatever you go with.
To Carter.
Well, that was mine. So now we have an issue.
Darn
But it doesn't matter. But so basically, yeah, we got Hurricane of the game, top performer, our top performer. We got Tropical Storm of the game, basically our second in line. Tropical Storms, a little weaker than Hurricanes, still pretty powerful. You got to respect it. And then we've got our depression of the game. So, when that hurricane or tropical storm's coming in, it turns into a depression. Everyone's like, yeah, this was nothing. Depression of the game is our poor performer.
Gotcha.
Who we need more from.
Yeah.
This can be player, position, coach, just overall. It could be anything, really. So, yeah, we'll start with Hurricane of the game. Jimmy, let me guess. Yours is Carter Davis.
Yep, you got it. You nailed it. 6 for 13, Carter Davis. Last big kick was against, was it Weber? 2 years ago?
They're calling him the Irish killer now, though.
Marches out and just drills it. I mean, and it had the distance. I was kind of worried this was going to be like I just didn't know what to expect from him. I was worried.
He has a huge leg.
Yeah,
no, he has a giant
Knowing
leg.
that he's our kicker now, I'm like, all right, that makes me, so I guess it's just an accuracy issue when it comes to him. But
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
He could have made that from 65 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit above the hands of the All-State.
It was still like going up, yeah.
And Joe, you said this point, but I think I agree that watching a kick in person is just it's agonizing because you don't have a great angle on it. You're sitting there watching him wait the whole time. Like in TV, they're normally showing a replay and then they're gonna pan right to it right before he kicks it. But on in person, you're just sitting there staring at him, and it's just it's tough to watch. Tough to watch, especially when you hear the roar of Notre Dame if they miss. But he never missed.
No. Well, so here's my thing, and I'm interested to get your guys' thoughts because this is a big talking point. And it goes along, I think, with Carter Davis, is the conservative play calling at the end of the game. I think, looking back now, if you know you're going to make that field goal, in my mind, it's the right call because you saw what happened when you forced Notre Dame to use all 3 of their timeouts and to bring that game down to a minute. And then you hit the field goal to go up 3, you see what happens when you try to force a team to drive the length of the field. Maybe not the length because all they need is a field goal, but with no timeouts, like it's very difficult. So in hindsight, it makes sense. Now, going into that, it was like we had very little confidence in Carter Davis to make that field goal. And it's almost like, are we playing scared? Are we playing to try not to lose instead of trying to win the game? I don't know. I don't know where, looking back on it now, I'm good with the call because it kind of everything added up the way that I think was intended when the coaches were like, let's run this thing down, make them use all their timeouts. But interested to hear your guys' thoughts.
So I actually, this was a hot topic today, and it's something that we discussed last night. And as I kept hearing it today and thinking about the game, and I rewatched the game in the golf shop today. And
they were playing on ESPNU last night when we got back to the hotel. It was already playing.
I watched it till 1:30.
Really?
Watched the first half, yeah.
Yeah.
Little YouTube TV DVR for me. But I would encourage everyone to either rewatch the game or I'm going to pull up the play-by-play here and just go through with you guys. I think it's been a little bit overblown. I actually think it's been a lot overblown. Um, the the last 3 run calls, I would say, were too conservative, but I also think in Mario Cristobal's mind, his running the ball is aggression to him. He expects to dominate the line of scrimmage. He expects to lean on the defensive line and say, "We're bigger, we're stronger, we're in better shape. Um, we're gonna lean on these guys." And that to him, I think, is aggression. And I think as I rewatched the game, seeing his face on the sideline, even throughout the fourth quarter, was, I mean, he's absolutely pissed off. And like running
Yeah.
the ball to him is like punching someone in the face.
Right.
And 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 on top of that, again, so if you go through that last drive here, right? We have, think about the pass interference penalty. Carson Beck was pressured into incompletions. This was throughout the fourth quarter. Notre Dame was actually Boubacar Traore, the defensive end for them, started to get after Carson Beck, and he missed Malachi Toney by inches on multiple occasions where he was pressured and getting the ball out. The pass interference call, we were pushing the ball downfield. I mean, that's early in that drive where we're pushing the ball, aggressively down the field, trying to get it to Keelan Marion on the outside, and we draw a pass interference. And again, from there, Mario, I think he's expecting to run the ball with the intent to score a touchdown. And I think
Yeah,
Shannon
that's a good
Dawson,
point.
I really don't think he took his foot off the gas. Um, and I think that this is an offense that's going to evolve and become more aggressive in its own way as the season, moves on. But it was certainly uncomfortable, running Carter Davis out there for a 47-yard kick. um, it was not a comfortable situation by any means. But I think that the piling on of Mario, I just think it went a little too far because
Yeah.
again, look back, look at the play-by-play, watch the game. We didn't stop throwing the ball. We weren't saying Carson Beck is incapable of winning us this game.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
just think it's gone too far.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at talk clock management, you see the end of this first half, beginning of the second half. I mean, that's clock management, I think, to perfection. And so some people talking about how, yeah, he can never, how his clock management under 2 minutes to end a game is always horrible. But I mean, that was a master class that I saw. That was a 14-point swing in the middle of the game that ended up obviously being the difference.
Yeah. All right. Kurt,
All right.
hurricane of the game.
Wait, Joe, did you give one?
Kurt goes next, and then I go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
My hurricane of the game is the best 17-year-old in the country.
Hey, yeah, there it
A
is.
Gosh,
what
I have to
a
dig
coming
deep,
out
though.
party for a local kid who, you know what, we kind of shoved Florida into a locker with his recruitment here. I think Billy thought that he was going to get Malachi Toney.
Yeah.
Mario did an unbelievable job of reeling in the Florida High School Football Player of the Year, kid who graduated early, a kid who, I'm gonna say, I'm not a big Ryan Williams guy. I think he had a couple big moments last year, and his hype train of being the hot 17-year-old on Alabama. This kid is the real deal. This is the best 17-year-old I think I've seen in college football. What the build up for him. I think Mario had said after the game that he wanted to keep him a secret, but the whole world knows about it now.
Yeah.
What an unbelievable performance. Malachi Toney was. I think he was the best player on the offense. I mean, again, in rewatching this game, His route running is unbelievable. A Notre Dame secondary that's one of the best secondaries that I've seen in a long time. They
Yeah, they're really
played.
good.
Chris Ash had these guys man the entire game. They played physical. I thought the refs let them play physical. They were all over us the entire game, but they could not contain Malachi Toney. And
Yeah.
so impressive. I think again that first touchdown pass, the first touchdown pass of the game, Carson Beck, first of all, stepping around the pressure to his left and keeping his eyes down the field, and then leading Toney, towards the pylon was awesome. But Malachi Toney flattened his route at the goal line to stay underneath the safety and to not drift too far out of Carson Beck's zone to drop the football in. It was like a veteran. It was a savvy route. Greg McElroy was all over it, like on the broadcast.
Yeah.
And it was just really impressive. I just cannot believe this kid. What an
17.
incredible performance.
Unbelievable.
We do not
Stoic.
win that game without him. And he's
No.
17-year-old,
Yeah.
first ever college football game.
I mean, the fact that he's back there getting punts for us is
know.
just it speaks
And calmly
volumes.
getting
Yeah.
punts.
Yeah, like not shuffling around, no bobbling.
Returned
Obviously-
returned one of them.
Yeah, he's stoic, simply stoic, and like the fact that he is 17 years old is crazy. Really is crazy. 247 had him as a 3-star recruit, and I just find that hilarious.
He was a 4-star the whole. That was one of those. He committed to Miami, and
and then
then
they drop it.
Yeah.
They always do. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they call him Baby Jesus, and he was the savior of that wide receiver room. We didn't know what we had in our
Wow.
wide receiver room, and we've got him. This is the guy that's gonna lead us to the promised land. Beautiful. I love it. All right. Well, I mean, honestly, my original Hurricane of the those were the two. Those are really
It's-
good.
It's hard to go third on this game.
I'm gonna go. I've got to go. Carson Beck. Listen, this guy. We know about what happened last year. Honestly, my wife Lindsay, she said it best. She goes and it shocked me when she said this. And then I said, please stop talking about this. No, I was kidding. And then she said the amount of pressure that he, like, even though he was saying he didn't feel it, and the amount of pressure he had going into that game, and the way that he delivered and how poised he was, 20 of 31, 2 touchdowns, did not make any mistakes, made some unbelievable throws, plays, was constantly hitting the check down guy when first option, even second option wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, what we've talked about is needing a quarterback that can just manage the game and be a leader on that offense, and that was everything he was. Like, it was an incredible performance, and you saw all the emotion at the end, and he broke down a little bit and was just talking about how, like, this kind of reinvigorated his love of football and how much he loves this team. And then you saw him celebrating. He has like different celebrations with some of the defensive backs. Like, this guy is just everything we could want and more to replace the great Cam Ward. And I was so happy with that. And like, it's only going to improve from here. Like, it was a great performance, and he did what he had to do to win. That's all we need from a quarterback.
Right, exactly. Like we said last week, we don't need him to be Cam Ward, and he gave a great stat line: 20 for 31, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. What everyone likes to give
Zero
him.
picks. Everyone was talking about
crap
the
for
picks.
it. Yeah, they're like, oh, wait till he starts throwing into the other team. It's incredible the amount of people that do hate Carson Beck, and like obviously he's on our
For
team.
really no reason.
Yeah, he's on our team, so it's like obviously I don't hate him. But I remember when he was at Georgia, I didn't have a problem with the guy. Like I had no really thoughts on Georgia. Maybe if you're an SEC fan, then maybe there's some ill feelings towards Carson Beck. But he truly never, like, he's kind of quiet outside of football. Like, I mean, we never see him like go on social media or do anything now. Like, I don't know. It's just the people hate him, and we saw the emotions finally come out. He says it's been like the past 8 months have been so crazy for him. Think about it, even outside of just like everyone writing him off and how he was going to be the number one overall pick coming off 2023 and just needed a good year and didn't have it. But on top of that, people writing him off, he also goes through that UCL injury, and the arm looks stronger than ever.
It looked really good. He basically did the opposite of every high-profile athlete in the history of South Florida sports. He came down to a Miami team and ditched his Instagram girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He did it
So,
backwards.
uh, I mean, I'm
He
totally
lost a Lamborghini instead of getting
yeah,
one.
yeah, right. He,
Oh.
I mean, his stock went down. It's been amazing to see this unfold, and I think he did a couple things that uh I didn't see Cam Ward do last year, as like taking the check down.
The check down. Yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah,
again,
that's a
these
very
are-
good point.
they're different players.
Yeah.
But reading the way he read the defense, it was evident. Every pass that he threw was away from trouble. When he threw, this is again, we're talking like we've lived through Tyler Van Dyke. It hasn't been that long. Okay.
Not long at all.
Carson Beck's deep balls, he knows that there's no over the top safety. And it's high and it's outside. It's either gonna be incomplete or it's gonna be a big play. There's just no. It was awesome. His poise, 3rd and 8 does not faze him. He's capable of throwing the comeback route on a 3rd and 8. So I'm with you. Just he said Miami taught him how to love football again.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Yeah.
Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's the perfect guy. Again, it's very funny. Our now both transfer portal quarterbacks are like quiet, confident role model leaders.
Yeah.
They're not. That's what Mario Cristobal getting the quarterback killer label. That's gonna go away, right? Because we're talking Justin
Quarterback
Herbert,
whisperer.
Cam Ward, and Carson Beck now.
Yeah.
And the guys that he finds to lead those rooms, I think, again, you just talk about the right fit in a guy that ties together the locker room. I think he's once again, shout out Mario Cristobal. He has hit this square on. He found the perfect guy.
Yep.
And we've got our guy.
Definitely. I mean, going into how important this year is and seeing what this team is capable of, what this defense is capable of, and the path we have forward, I am so confident and so happy that Carson Beck is our quarterback. Just have someone that's never going to get too high, never going to get too low in a game. A similar mindset as Cam Ward. Like when a Carson Beck is back there, I'm thinking this guy doesn't expect to lose a game, and I love that. All right. That's great. Tropical storm of the week. It's got to be Heatherman. I mean, the man was handed. What's the opposite of a Lamborghini, of a Ferrari? He was handed a
An
beat-up
Acura.
Honda Accord with the wheel falling off. And it was a respectable defense last night. I mean, a great defense with literally until the end. I mean, the talk of the town was Jeremiah Love. I keep calling him Jordan Love. It's like my biggest issue. Jeremiah Love. And how
Jordan Love, the pop star singer?
No,
Is that who that
he's
is?
he's on Green Bay.
He's the Packers
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah.
Isn't there also a Jordan Love pop star singer?
I don't know. But Jeremiah Love wasn't even the leading rusher for Notre Dame last night. 10 carries for 33 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jeremiah Love. We were told this guy was generational. You know what? I hope he is generational. That just means our defense is that good because he had nowhere to go all night other than vertical. And I pray for that man's health for the rest of the season. If he keeps jumping like this, that one leap he had on one of their drives, I think they eventually scored a touchdown. It was pretty nasty. Completely hurdled one of our defenders. But it's like he's just hitting triangle on every single run. But nevertheless, Corey Heatherman, took this defense from nothing last year, the lowest we've ever seen it, literally costed us a playoff berth, and locked them down last night. I mean, could not be more happy with what I saw out of the D.
Yep.
United Masters says Jordan Love is a West Coast singer-rapper who has unique flows that can be obliterating for some other artists' careers.
Okay, well, we're talking football.
Jim, I mean, this is a defense that potentially cost us a national championship. I mean, we were the number one offense in the country, one of the best offenses of the 2020s. It's unbelievable, and the pressure of that game, and it's when you rewatch the game, Sean McDonough is like all the first Notre Dame possession. All he's talking about is like this Miami defense that gave up so many plays.
Yeah.
It ranked in this They couldn't tackle. We missed
That's why I'm
the
looking
first
forward to
tackle we
listening
missed.
back to the commentating, just to
You
see
gotta-
what they're saying.
You got to listen to the narrative it's not that they were wrong, but like the first tackle we missed, he literally goes like, there's another missed tackle for the Miami defense. They couldn't do it last year. It was to come out, and we had one breakdown, and again, we'll get to it. It was one guy's fault. Okay. We kept everything in front of us. We communicated. We reacted to motion. We moved around. We tackled. We rotated guys all over the place. What an outstanding performance. What a way to kick off Corey Heatherman's career.
Getting turnovers, too. We were not getting turnovers
Turnover
last
chain.
season.
Turnover chain.
We wanted to break out the chain when we saw Bain running down the sidelines.
Break out the chain again.
Would have went crazy. It would have went crazy.
Corey Heatherman also showed up in a suit and tie, which a lot of people, it brought back a little PTSD from old Al Golden, but he was all business. Good stuff.
With that beard.
Oh, yeah.
I love
the bald head and the
field.
big
Gosh,
eyes.
I think I was sweating, man, being in a suit and tie out in that weather.
Oof.
Dear God.
Done.
But he wasn't wearing that on the field.
No. He
No.
was
Could you
wearing
imagine?
black
All the goods
pullover
are in
on
their
the
normal
field.
polos. He's just in a full suit.
Black pullover on the field. He's a menace. He's an absolute menace.
All right,
Love that
Kurt,
guy.
who you got?
My tropical storm is, for me, this was a coin flip. Close your eyes, take your pick, which defensive end. I'm going to go with Akeem Mesidor.
Love it.
Here. What an unbelievable performance. 1.5 sacks, 5 tackles, I believe 3 tackles for a loss. Again, in the rewatch, a lot of the Notre Dame tunnel screens in the first quarter, Mesidor was an inch from SWAT. He was always all over it. He was just he wasn't quite fast enough, but he was reacting. He was there. He was involved in all of them. He had a couple tackles. He chased down Jeremiah Love and made a tackle 15 yards down the field with a big hit in the second quarter, I believe. He ultimately was the first to the quarterback on the last play from scrimmage. And I mean, this guy, it's a cool story. Canadian guy, started his career at West Virginia and came to Miami. I remember his first year, he kind of split time and we didn't really know who he was. He got beefy and big, and he's definitely slimmed down, added a lot of muscle this year. He looks outstanding. I think he's going to be an absolute force for the rest of the season. We might have the best defensive line tandem in the country, and I think that's going to propel us to make a deep run, because we have, again, everything about this team feels like a professional, like an NFL team. We've got a quarterback, we got a pass rush, we've got a great offensive line, right? So we control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. We got a quarterback and we got playmakers around him. But Akeem Mesidor, what an awesome performance. And shout out. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I feel like he's been on our team for like 20 years. But he that's probably the best performance I've ever seen from him. I've never actually like been too high on Mesidor. I've always liked the guy, but just never have seen like crazy flashes from him. But like you said, he was everywhere last night. Looked faster than ever, which was great to see.
Love it. All right, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Marty Brown. It
Okay.
was Jordan Lyle went out kind of early, got a little banged up,
Yeah.
and Charmar Marty Brown had to step up, and he did. Ran hard. The guy is just, I love him. Former North Dakota State running back. You see his face mask? Like, this guy's just he's all ball. Like, he doesn't care about
He's not there
looking
for the
good.
flashiness.
No, not at all.
He would take the single bar if they let him.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's almost like he invites people to like
Yeah.
hit him in the face.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, I just thought he ran so strong, and for his Miami Hurricanes debut, scoring a touchdown, like he really stepped up and became kind of the dominant back for us in that game. So, yeah, I'm going Marty Brown. I was gonna say Bain, but Bain's gonna have so many opportunities. This
But
season to get
it was so great to see Bain like
It
back
was.
at full speed.
Bain's in good shape too. You're
Clear-
talking about
clear-
Mesidor
yeah.
and getting
Took
Bain
off some weight
looks
from
great.
last year. Looked
What a
faster
difference
than
from
ever.
last year.
Oh,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
and at the end, you can just see on to kind of what Kurt was talking about earlier in the trenches. You could just see us like the wear and tear on them in our trenches, just beating them up. The whole game finally really started to show its teeth. And we were getting to the quarterback in a second there and ends the game. Bain was sitting out there celebrating. Mesidor was sitting out there celebrating to get back to the line. That could have been bad. But hey,
On the ball.
get back. Every coach.
And here's how many seasons have we seen where it's like we start off the game with a lot of pressure and sacks, and then fourth
dies
quarter
off.
comes and
Yeah.
we can't get anything. This was completely opposite.
Yeah.
The more the game went on, the more pressure we're getting. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's left tackle missed most of the fourth quarter with leg cramps. Again, we got stronger. I don't know if you've seen Ruben Bain's Instagram posts
Yes.
that have been coming
Very
out
angry.
today about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this off my chest because I've heard the word luck a little too much today as well. I'm not sure how. Listen, I watched that play. Okay, CJ Carr talked about he was an RPO, and he's like, he's going through the guilt of like I should have given it to Jeremiah Love, but at the end of the day, when he was asked point blank about it, it was he saw a mismatch on the outside. He saw one guy. He saw one guy out. It was Damari Brown. Okay, true sophomore, local kid, American heritage. Shout out another local talent that who had a great game yesterday. By the way, Damari Brown blows it up, runs through the block, tips the pass.
Yeah.
Keontae Scott comes flying in, reckless abandon, okay, kicks the ball up in the air. But again, don't talk to me about luck. A defensive end makes an interception on an RPO out at the numbers. Are you kidding me? The hustle, Ruben Bain, to be out there in the first place.
Right.
When you see a ball that, your corner makes a play on the ball, it's ultimately you think it's going to be a PBU, to continue the play, to run out there, get on your horse and make that catch. You cannot say more about the effort that those guys played with. I don't want to hear about luck. A defensive end ran 25 yards and caught a ball on the sideline.
Right. And it was a great play by Damari to knock that ball in the air. Yeah, and the foot helps a little bit, but there's also a couple batted balls last night that didn't go our way that could have easily ended up in pretty bad picks. So, yeah. And he looked pretty quick going down the sidelines. I mean, he was hot. Like, it made me question for a second. I was like, is that Bain that caught that? Because he was absolutely rolling down the sidelines. I'll do one more because we just got to get in, because that probably the catch of the year from CJ Daniels. Just Joe, you brought it up in your great recap, but I mean, that catch was just electric. Like, Like, and, credit to Carson Beck, too, on that throw. It was a dicey throw. It was an aggressive throw, and he's getting
Gave him a
tackled.
chance.
It is the only place that ball could have been.
Yeah.
Like, even the Notre Dame guy was ready to – he wanted to pick it, and it was the only place C.J. Daniels had a chance to get it, and he makes the play, and that was so good. Michael Irvin, I'm surprised he didn't have a heart attack.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And honestly, Carson Beck read it right, and if he wasn't getting pressured and, like, almost getting sacked, he could have just delivered a dime right in between the corner and the safety for the, like, it was the right read. It just, he was getting sacked, it sailed a little bit and was, like, a little bit late, and so that's why we needed the unbelievable catch to save it, but whoa.
All right, we'll keep it moving.
Okay.
Tropical depression of the week. I'll start us off. The uniform, the equipment room, changing every godforsaken player's number on this team this offseason. There needs to be a rule. There needs to be a limit.
That's just on God. That's on our players' egos.
We're out there thinking, like, we don't even know this team. Like, who is everyone? Even, like, going back to Mari Brown, he was 6 last year. Now he's 2, and another Xavier Lucas is 6, so he's still on D and the same position that Damari Brown was, but now he's 6, and there's like 3 guys on our team that kept their same number. It's extremely confusing. So equipment room should have stood up for themselves and said, no, this is ridiculous, and we're just going to keep the same numbers. You guys look great in them. It was tough, so we'll get used to it, but I'm struggling with it for sure.
We're just about doubling up every single digit number now as well. So it's just every time there's a play, you're like, oh, there's a number 0, there's a number 4, there's a number 5.
The only good news is that Malachi Toney is not putting on some ridiculous oversized jersey to return punts. That's a win in my book.
Oh, there was a team last week that did
I
that.
saw.
And
I think it was Georgia Tech. It was
giant. It was like the biggest thing I've ever seen.
It was insane.
Like obviously the guy just gets pulled and tugged by it, just wrapped around. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen here?
Yeah. Gosh, you know what? I had a couple of guys here. I'm gonna take it easy on Jordan Lyle because I think he's injured. But I was a little, even when his carry, I just wasn't overly impressed with him. But my tropical depression this week is, and it pains me because I think it's a little more loaded than just being simply this one mistake. But Mohamed Touré, ultimately the blown coverage that lets Notre Dame back in this game. The only reason, in my opinion, that we even needed a Carter Davis kick. The only reason we even needed to sweat this one out and you know to give us cause for concern was because he flat out blew this coverage in a miserably horrible, completely undisciplined manner. He just flat out left Eli Raridan and his eyes were in the backfield. Inexplicable. I mean, Carr he wasn't even moving out of the pocket. He was hanging in the pocket. And it was as if, Michael Vick was rolling left, to just leave him. And it was just such a massive play that, again, it was bad enough. I thought Touré was outstanding in the run game. And we discussed, up at the seats, the guy is a freak. I mean, he is absolutely a massive human being. He's like 3% body fat. He plays hard. He runs hard. He's always running after the ball. Him and Bethune are very similar types of players. But this was just such a massive mistake that Mohamed Touré is my depression.
Yeah, I mean, that wideout was like, there was a tight end. There was no one within like 20 yards.
It's one of those things that it just can't, when you're up by a touchdown in that stage of the game, like you just cannot let them have just a free, like a guy running free for an easy, however many yards that was to set them up goal to go. Like that's just the one mistake you can't make. And it happened. And it's also something Corey Heatherman talks about is like, we cannot have miscommunication and blown coverages, and that happens. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm going to go depression of the game. So I said clock management guy. So, Jimmy, you made the point of the clock management at the end of the second half, going into the third quarter, and then at the end of the fourth quarter was good. I agree. I think where we used our timeouts, again, was not, especially in the second half. Like, first half, timeouts can kind of be used a little bit more freely. In the second half, timeouts are so important. And I think it was the third quarter, we had like a 3rd and long, and we were way backed up in our own territory, and we used a timeout. Like, I don't care if we don't have enough men on the field. I don't care if we don't have the right play. It's not worth it to burn a timeout that we could use later in the game to get the right play. And sure enough, we didn't get that first down. We had a punt anyway. So it's
it's
why
never
would we
a great
ever
play we have coming out of the timeout either?
And and it's like not in the third quarter. Like, it's take the penalty or deal with whatever's happening, but the timeouts are precious in these big close games in the second half, and we just cannot burn them in the third quarter like we keep doing.
I texted my buddies during the game when that happened. I said, death, taxes, and unexplainable Mario timeouts. Because it's like
He uses them like it's the NBA.
It's a constant, and like frankly, it would have been huge to have at the end of the first half when we were running down. Like, luckily it all worked out. And even at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, going like the drive would have been a lot more comfortable knowing we have all these timeouts. And
and and Kurt pointed this out during the game, even though there was like our guy was getting pinned down, and it was
Cooper was getting
Miss Cooper,
but it's like right when you have a loss, like a tackle for loss like that, or any weird play, it's just a timeout. You got to call a timeout. Like, stop the clock, but we let it run another 10 seconds, and now we're at like 18 seconds or something to try to run a play, and like, you just can't have that.
Yeah.
Call the timeout, complain later.
Exactly.
Again, I think we were confused coming out of halftime. We thought it might have been a false start. Remember we had a penalty the first play coming out of the half. It set us back 5 yards, and we ultimately gained like 12 yards on the drive, but we had to punt. Oh no, we extended that drive and ultimately scored.
Yeah.
But that was a delay of game coming out of halftime.
Yeah,
it is very interesting.
It's like Manny
that
Diaz,
is awful.
level mistake there.
Yeah.
So,
because the rest of it's clean. Like, outside of that, like the execution, the play calling, there was no like stupid personnel penalties and stuff like that. Like too many men on the field or anything like that.
We
they
were
even
disciplined.
hurry up at one point, and we kept up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Just
JoJo Trader at one point in the game, it came up because of how ultimately lopsided I think we all thought the officiating was. But there was a Notre Dame defensive back that had him by the face mask, and he was pulling him and threw him, and there was no call at all on the play. But
that's part of my best of X. I got something special for that one.
Right.
The discipline
after further discussion, there is no holding.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The discipline that the team showed again in a big game like that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Nice. All right. Well, great. I mean, as much as I would love to just dwell on this win and enjoy it, we got another team coming into Hard Rock on Saturday. We have 4 home games in a row. I know we've talked about this. We talked about this last week, but it's a beautiful thing. 4 home games in a row to get this team right where we want them. We got the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats coming into town. Who's going to this game?
Yeah, I don't think.
God.
Yeah.
Bethune's coming off a tough game against FIU. Listen, we know troubles with FIU. We've been there. 42-9. They lost last week, and
so I know.
Yeah,
I know. Kurt will be doing like a short little Bethune prep later this week, so we don't have to get too into Bethune-Cookman. And Kurt, good luck on the Bethune prep. But Jimmy, I think we do want to do I think maybe just Eye of the Hurricane for Bethune in general, and then in September in general, like who are we spotlighting? I think that would be a better way to go here.
Right. I saw on the agenda Bethune preview, so.
No, I know, and then I texted you.
If you don't want me to be the host,
well, Jimmy,
then
I texted you an update to that. But yeah, I think let's do the Eye of the Hurricane in general for the month of September. Who are we spotlighting, starting with Bethune, going into this kind of stretch of games, James?
Right.
Is Ed Reed Bethune-Cookman's coach?
Yeah. But actually, I might be nervous if he was. All right, so we want Eye of the Hurricane for Bethune. Yeah, what we're looking for.
For Bethune and kind of moving forward, Jimmy. Right. Let's do that.
I want to see more. I want to see some of the younger backs. Pringle. I want to see like more rotation, a little more Lyle.
Pringle. Wow.
Yeah, a little more Lyle because obviously I think he got a little banged up, and I also want to see more Trader. I mean, he was my, guy to watch for this season, and we saw very little.
Just one, Jimmy. We just need one here.
So yeah, that's my yeah. All right, young guys, just young guys. I mean that's kind of too general, but
you probably took Curtin Eyes as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to see. To me, this game is about continuing to develop the continuity and a feel. I think it gives the offense and defense, the units as a whole, this should be a confidence boost. I think it gives guys opportunities to individually get confidence boosts, and so I just look at this as an opportunity for guys to settle down a little bit more, because I really do think it is difficult for months and months and months. These guys are all thinking about Notre Dame and this massive performance, all the buildup and the hype that goes into it. And, this will be a good opportunity to settle down and have some fun. And again, just, each guy's going to build himself up, and I think this could be a good jumping off point to lead into USF, a USF team that's probably going to be a little bit better than we would have expected. And so I look at this as a confidence boosting game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, starting with Bethune and going forward is I have a very specific guy in mind. I want to see Ray Joseph. I think Malachi Toney kind of like took his spot and jumped him.
Yeah.
And I would like to see Ray kind of like, I want to see more of them getting, honestly, Malachi Toney at this point might be like just light years ahead of everybody. But I want to see like what's happening with Ray. Like, is he going to be a staple of this offense, or is he just not it? Like, we heard decent things out of camp, I think, about what he was doing, and that it was he was gonna be getting some playing time, but we didn't see him at all last night. And then so I think I had JoJo Trader in mind too. I think JoJo Trader will it was the Malachi Toney show last night. It was cool to see Joshua Moore too getting some, and he had a couple pass interference on him that were not called. But I think Ray Joseph, I want to see him have a big game against Bethune. And then it'll probably be Emory Williams to Ray Joseph in the second half. And then, I think moving forward with USF, and then obviously the big one against Florida. But we're going to need depth at the wide receiver position moving forward. So
absolutely. But I mean, I was thrilled with what we saw from we had maybe one drop ball in the rain.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I know. That was great. And the drop ball was thrown behind him.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy catch. Yeah.
So
love Josh Moore. This is an interesting one for you guys. I know that there are it's as the head coach or even as the offensive coordinator, you have to be more political than a fan, who just can yap over here about it. But to me, I feel like we know what Emory Williams' ceiling is. And if Carson Beck does get hurt, I think that the overall feeling of the fan base and probably of the coaching staff is like, we're going to run the ball 40 times, and we're going to hope that turn the ball over. I say all. I would like, to me, it's like I love Luke Nickel. I'm a big Luke Nickel guy. I think he's probably the best high school quarterback we've brought in since Brad Kaya. To me, I'm just thinking like I want to see what Luke Nickel is.
Yeah.
I know
And, like,
he's going
he's
to
the future.
redshirt. I know he's the future. It's like because there's not a Cam Ward and a Carson Beck every year in the portal. Not like that type of the fit, the leader,
Right.
the winner.
Yeah.
It's
Experience. Yeah.
so I'm just thinking like I would again,
know.
this you don't want to lose the locker room. Emery was going to transfer. We convinced him not to. I don't know how this would play out in the locker room, but I would want to see. I want to see commitment to like we want to see what Luke Nickel is. I want to give Luke Nickel confidence. I want to see Luke Nickel throw for 200 yards and a couple touchdowns in the second half against Bethune-Cookman, and give the fan base someone to feel a little bit more confident in, and ultimately, if we need him, that he's the guy. So
Yep.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. I mean, the fact that, like Joe was saying last week, that Emery and Luke Nickel are in a battle shows me that. I mean, if anything, maybe it's they each get a quarter in a game like this, but definitely need to see Nickel because we've seen Emery, and if Luke Nickel is making a push for the number 2 spot, he needs reps, and we need to see what we got in him because we do need to also know, do we need to bring in, another big transfer next year?
Mm-hmm. Is his and then you think about, is his first start gonna be? Is our first game South Carolina next year, or is it at Notre Dame? I mean, either way, it's like
we
do
don't play
we
Notre
want-
Dame till November next year.
Okay.
Do we open up against South Carolina?
Yes.
I mean, you think like, do you want his first start or his first action? And again, I'm just thinking.
no,
I don't know
absolutely
what's
not.
going on behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
like, I'd like him to have some reps.
Yeah,
Before that.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. All right. Lock of the week, as Joe likes to say. Joe's the only win last week. Only one get his pick correct.
Yes, sir.
Pick GT, giving
means I go
3.5
first.
to Colorado. Or, I always say it wrong. It was negative 3.5. Joe got that. Kurt and I did not win our picks. Clemson let me down. They always
got
do.
pummeled.
If I pick one more time, don't let me pick Clemson the rest of the year.
Dude,
I
I don't know
always
if you should involve a game with Brian Kelly either. I think that's your bigger issue.
Right. There's too many emotions around those two teams. I took emotion out of it this week. Actually, that's actually not true at all. But
The hardest games to bet are the primetime games. They've got a lot of
Yeah.
handle, and they're always very sharp.
Yep.
You got to dig a little deeper there, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm seeing your guys'
to the
picks this
mud.
week, so I'm
Get
not.
into the mud.
All right. I go first.
All right, Joe, you got it.
Listen, Duke was in a dogfight with Elon in the first half. They did not look good. Illinois looks pretty good. Illinois is getting 2.5 at Duke. It's not going to be that crazy of an environment. I like Illinois easy here. I'm not on board with Duke this season. Give me Illinois to cover.
Yeah,
Lock of the week.
any pick against Manny, I think it's a pretty good pick.
Isn't this like a line that's like, it's so stinky? It's like, how?
What does Vegas know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
it's one
When
of
I
those
saw it,
that
I was
doesn't
like,
make
wait.
sense.
Yeah, I was like, this can't be right.
Manny Diaz doesn't win these types of games.
No.
I mean, like, what are we talking about here? He's a Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with. Yeah, I got my teeth kicked in last week. I'll just leave it at that. My lock of the week. My lock of the week this week. I actually think there's some pretty good games this week. I settled on Oklahoma, Michigan. I'm gonna ride with Oklahoma here at 4.5. Bryce Underwood, he's going on the road to Norman. I'm gonna have to see a little bit more than, beating New Mexico State 34-17 in his first start at home.
Yeah,
it's just one of those like prove it kind of things. If I lose because he's generational, then okay. But anything inside of a touchdown, inside of a touchdown here, I will happily accept. I like Mateer at Oklahoma and experienced coaching staff, a team that's much better than they were last year. They're much healthier. I'm not a big Sharon Moore fan. This to me is like I'm all on Oklahoma here. I will happily accept or I'll happily take 4.5 points here.
Mateer's probably also taking 4.5.
I was just about to say.
Yeah. That's right.
Darn it. That was a better way of putting it than I was going to. So that's a good joke. All right. Well, Kurt, before I give my pick, you say don't pick these big primetime games, but you picked Alabama, Florida State, and now we're going to Oklahoma, Michigan. I mean, these are some pretty big names here, Kurt.
The week one bet is that one's a tough one, right? You're like,
yeah.
Who are these teams? I don't know.
All right. I'm looking at Memphis at Georgia State.
Oh, we're taking deep
into the
now.
mud, baby.
Jeez.
Oh,
Georgia State.
oh, I love it.
Memphis is a 13.5-point favorite at Georgia State. They played the old Braves Stadium. I drove by this place all the time. No one goes these games.
Turner Field?
It's Turner Field. It's
Probably quickly.
it plays as bad as you would think. Memphis is coming off of a decent win against Chattanooga. Georgia State played Ole Miss, got their feelings hurt a little bit.
To the mud.
Got beat by 63 or something
crazy.
like that. Yeah, no, I'm taking Memphis. 13
I
and a
kind of
half.
13.5. Yeah, I like that too. That's
What do
Georgia
we-
State.
What's the problem here?
What if the pod just comes out? All three of us are just the Miami Knights pod is riding with Memphis this week.
Yeah. What do you mean? What's the problem here, Jimmy? You've gone from every lock of the week, I think, has been whatever the game day game is. Last
That's
week was
not
Clemson,
true.
LSU, and this week it is Memphis and Georgia State. It's a complete 360 from what you've, or not 360, 180 from what you've been doing. I respect it.
Okay.
I don't. This is a crazy game.
No, I mean, the last time I got major
think it's a
pushback
good
from
pick.
you was Clemson Louisville last year, and I came out on top.
You did, yeah.
And
No, yeah.
so I feel good about this.
No, I'm
figured
not
out
saying
this.
it's a bad pick. It's
Yeah.
just funny.
Okay.
That's awesome.
You guys aren't tuning in for Memphis at Georgia State?
I am not.
I will not
That's-
watch that. It won't
that's
even
tough.
make the quad box.
Why is Memphis playing at Georgia State?
They've weirdly gotten some pretty decent home games recently.
Probably
There was some
recruiting
big team in town
Are they
last
are
year,
they the ones
too.
that had Florida on the ropes several, or did they beat Florida several years ago? Was
No,
that
it was Georgia
Tennessee?
Southern.
They beat Tennessee.
Or Georgia
They
Southern.
won.
Georgia State beat Tennessee?
Georgia State won in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll
that
take
was
back my
Pruitt's
pick.
last
No, I'm
one.
kidding.
We'll see. Jimmy, what was the Memphis Chattanooga final?
It was like 45-10.
Nice.
All right.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty decent pick.
Yeah. Okay.
It is prime time though, so maybe I am keeping it. 7 p.m. ESPN Plus. Tune in.
Mm.
$3 a month could be yours. All right. Now, I'm like very self-conscious going forward about my locks of the week, but we're talking final predictions. Bethune-Cookman, Wildcats against your Miami Hurricanes. This is a tough one, boys. I don't even think Vegas would give us a spread, do they? Is there an over/under on this?
There's not one right now. There is nothing on the board right now.
nothing.
This is a tough one. Honestly, it depends how much Mario wants to push the pedal down, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully a game where we grow some young players like we said. Give me your best prediction. Kurt, you start us off. Actually, no, Kurt, I'm sorry. I actually am going to let Joe start us off since Joe absolutely nailed the Notre Dame game.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
27-24.
All
Perfect pick. I mean, that's so you got first tee, Joe.
Oh man, this is tough. Yeah, how do I guess this completely correct? Bethune-Cookman scored 9 points against FIU. Miami scored 27 points against Notre Dame. So if I double 27, that gives me 54. I kind of like that 54 number. I do. At least a 50 burger.
That's 6
Bethune-Cookman
touchdowns.
9. I think Bethune-Cookman gets a touch 54-10, but we call off the dogs. I don't think they reach 54-7. I don't think Bethune-Cookman's a field goal kicker. I'm going 54-7 Miami Hurricanes. We rest our starters very, very early, and I think it's Emery is who we're going to mostly see. I don't know if we see much of Luke Nickel. I don't know. Yeah. When's the last time we put in the third string quarterback?
Is he third?
I'm going.
He was.
He was
Was
this
he on the
week.
depth chart?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going 50. I like 60. Gosh, I like 60. I'm going 60-7 Miami.
I think Joe actually talked me off of. I was leaning towards like 73 to 3.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really out on Emery after. I've probably gone too far. I'm almost like, is he gonna score if he comes in? I've probably gone too far.
No, come on, man. Remember Florida State.
I know. I'll just stick with it then. I think we're gonna absolutely annihilate this team. It's gonna be whatever we want it to be. But I like 73 to 3 has a nice ring to it. So
beat him by 70.
If
you are from Bethune-Cookman listening to this.
Thanks for coming. See you next year, guys.
I'm interviewing their starting quarterback tomorrow. So.
I'm going to go a little more conservative. I think coming off of a big game and the crowd's not going to be as great. And I just think there's absolutely not a letdown. Like it's not gonna be a close game by any means, but I see us somewhere in the 50s. Maybe they get a field goal. I'm gonna go 52-3. Comfortable. The game's never in question, but maybe Emery comes in, just isn't really putting the ball in the end zone. Mm-hmm. So 52-3. Get the young guys in there, get them some reps.
What was the year we were in a bit of a dogfight with Bethune-Cookman?
A lot of years, somewhere in the mid 2010s. Yeah,
2012 we beat them 38-10.
Oh, was it that long ago now? Wow.
Yeah,
that's bad though.
Kurt, 2022 we beat them 70-13. 2019 we beat them 63-0. That was pretty sweet. 2017 only 41-13, but yeah, 2012 38-10. We do not want that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's close this out here with best effects. Joe, you said you already got one locked and loaded. So
I do. I've got.
You want to start us off?
There's a few choice words in it, so I can't read it verbatim, but it's Kawhi Leonard, not actually Kawhi Leonard. This is probably another musician. He said, so somebody tweeted when JoJo walked away and, showed the video that Kurt was talking about, pulled by the face mask, JoJo Trader walked away from that, did not engage. And Kawhi Leonard at Be More Easy says, Jacoby George would have run him over with the injury cart, then shot him with an RPG. It made me laugh. Jacoby George, we loved you. You balled out here, but that was it made me laugh because it is different. Not seeing our receiver retaliate like that was a breath of fresh air. But that made me laugh.
Would have run him over with the injury cart
and then shot him with an RPG. Good stuff.
That's good. Kurt, what do you got?
I'm trying to find my where is it here?
While you're doing that, go for it. Go. No, I was gonna just show this pic. This is not mine, but it's just the picture of Jimmy Johnson. He's still walking towards the screen.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was
that walk. I mean, he was absolutely staring through the cameraman's soul, and it was like a 5-minute. They had him like,
Yeah, they got to shorten the walk. It's a cool thing we're doing with the hurricane. We got to condense that a little bit. But it's a cool idea, like having a different person each week do it and walk out of the tunnel. That's cool. We got to shorten it up.
Yep. I think
we're like, where is he walking from?
we did the 2 game day things that were hilarious was that, and then the PA guy was just completely unhinged. He was just freestyling.
Yeah.
After
what did he say?
that's another Miami Hurricanes first down. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
And then after one of Notre Dame's, I think it was like a punt return, like Notre Dame returns a punt for a gain of 2 yards, short return. Like added it. All right. You cannot do that as a PA announcer. Yes, sir.
Right. I'm gonna give you my 2 favorites here. The first one is Barstool Bama tweeted last night, would do anything for a pass rush like Miami's. And Oregon Kane at Jamrock 1986 said, this blank feels like we're in a parallel universe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that the truth? And my icing on the cake here, the players, Jeremiah Love did a Players Tribune story last week, and it came out. Notre Dame, one of their reporters, Tyler Horka, tweeted out the article with a screen grab and a link to the article, and he said, "Oh man, Miami is getting a pissed off Jeremiah Love. Notre Dame's Heisman caliber running back is holding on to the pain of losing the Natty and using it as motivation. I will never forget that night. That's scary." And it's got a quote from the article there. It says, "Our national championship hasn't been denied. It's just been delayed. How he can't wait to take it out of Miami." And
all 33 yards.
10 carries for 33 yards.
Yeah. That's good. That's a little more about the game than me, but mine was this tweet from the FSU game. I actually don't have the wording in it, but I'm pretty sure the caption was "Someone check on Joe." But we got to talk about Joe Tessitore with the unbutton and the gold chain.
And the gold chain.
Pretty clean
I
cut.
love that man so much.
I mean, he makes it exciting. I just
He is a
truly
character.
have never seen that before.
Yeah, when he first came on camera, it was just
Oh,
hairy
Joe.
chest with a gold chain. I was
Got like a bronzer on. My brother texted me. He said Joe Tessitore looks like a pimp, and I was working. I hadn't seen the game, and when I saw that picture, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And like
so good.
No one commented on it too. It's just like he's never worn that. Man,
Would you look at what we have going down at the Rock?
Oh, so funny, so funny. All right, well, listen, boys. Great first week. Could not have went better. Feels great. We are 1-0. You know, should be 2-0 this time next week. Heading into a stretch of home games, ending with Florida September 20th.
Mario
let's not
wants
overlook
no
USF.
Bethune slander.
No Bethune slander.
They're
going to get a nice.
They're going to ask
payday
Mario.
from us.
Mario, what do you expect with Bethune? That's a really good football team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
really good individuals, great families, and they get after it. Really
you better
good.
believe Mario's going to burn some timeouts in the first quarter against Bethune.
Yeah.
He doesn't save that just for the big games.
No.
Yep.
Yep, he's consistent.
Yeah. All right. Go
Jimmy.
Canes.
Congrats on the first hosting job.
Hey, thanks. I only got ridiculed a couple times.
Just check your
only
text
messed
next
up one
time.
segment out of 4. So yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
Really
I'm
got
glad.
nasty with the lock of the week.
Yeah, lock of the week. Yeah, and
Wow.
apparently I reeked
Yeah, I
this
love
to
it.
yesterday. Actually, I knew I reeked yesterday. So bring it all back. Go Canes. Have a good week, y'all. Let's beat Bethune. Beat those Wildcats.
You hearing that sound?